from January. The 33-year-old center-back recently confirmed that there are ongoing talks about extending his stay at Anfield, and when asked during pre-Brighton media obligations, Slot weighed in on the situation for all three players from his vantage point as the first-team manager. It can be argued that Slot's first 6 months in the job would prove pivotal as to whether the three feel Liverpool is where they want to be after the departure of Premier League and Champions League winning coach Jurgen Klopp. For me, the contract situation could become a problem if the players don't perform as well as they do at the moment, Slot explained. Of course, it's not sure that if they perform not as good anymore that it has anything to do with their contract situation. At the moment, all three of them are in a good place. All of them perform really well, and there are ongoing discussions, as Virgil said, with the people he has to talk with, and that's not me, as you know. I talk with him, to him about other things. Let's wait and see, but all what he said is completely right in that he doesn't exactly know what the future will be as long as he doesn't sign the contract yet. Reports attempting to match all three with various new suitors have unsurprisingly ramped up given their situation. But Slot's happiness with efforts on the pitch, as well as the solid start for the successor to Klopp, are likely to be positives for the team's chances of extending all three. Liverpool begins €60 million Omar Marmoush transfer talks. Furthermore, there have been transfer links surrounding Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz, who have both attracted interest from Barcelona. Due to the uncertainty, the Reds are considering potential options for their attack next season. Victor Gyökeres would be welcome, but he would certainly be expensive. Dario Osorio looks a good talent, but has also been attracting interest from Real Madrid. One player who Liverpool have been heavily linked with in recent weeks is Omar Marmoush. The Eintracht Frankfurt striker is a man in demand right now, and it's clear to see why. Although none of the Big Six made an approach last summer, Nottingham Forest were eager to get his signature, but wouldn't meet Frankfurt's asking price, which is now thought to be €50 million to €60 million. The Egyptian striker is flying once this season, scoring 11 goals and getting 7 assists in 13 games in all competitions. He is also the Bundesliga joint top scorer alongside Harry Kane. Now, Bild is reporting that the Reds have officially registered their interest in signing the 25-year-old and are believed to have approached the player and his agent directly, in the hope they will be able to attract him to Anfield. Liverpool's official interest, however, has come amid growing attention from other top clubs across Europe. Marmoush's form has reportedly piqued the interest of several teams, including Manchester United and West Ham, while Arsenal are also said to be monitoring his situation. It seems like Eintracht Frankfurt are open to allowing him to leave, with the club's sporting director Markus Krösche insisting no player is not for sale. The possibility of signing the Egyptian, meanwhile, may help in contract negotiations with Salah, who could be keen to link up with his international teammate at club level. Arne Slot delivers Van Dijk contract latest as time ticks away on current deal. Liverpool fans won't need reminding that we currently have 3 very important players in the final year of their contract, and Arne Slot was asked for an update on Virgil van Dijk. Speaking before our Premier League meeting with Brighton and Hove Albion, the Dutchman said, "Contract situation becomes a problem if players don't perform as well as they are now. At the moment, all 3 are in good place, performing really well. There are ongoing discussion with the people Virgil says he has to talk to, and that's not me, as you know. I talked to him about other things. Virgil is completely right that he doesn't know what his future is if he hasn't signed the contract yet. It's about as much as we come to expect from a head coach who holds his cards close to his chest on these matters. You could forgive the 46-year-old for getting bored of stating the same thing about injuries and contracts twice a week, with another fitness update sounding very similar to our last match with the Seagulls. However, these are the matters that we are really interested in as supporters, given a desire to see who we will be playing in our next match and what the future looks like for our best players. As this wait continues, though, worries will grow as to whether we will see our number 4, Mo Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold in a red shirt next season. Absolute no-brainer. James Pearce confident Liverpool will clinch new contract for one player. Trent has decided. Club has an appeal that's hard to give up for Liverpool superstar. Liverpool superstar Trent Alexander-Arnold continues to be the subject of much transfer speculation, with one former Premier League CEO believing that he's already made the decision on what he wants to do next. The right back, 26, is known to be coveted by Spanish giants. Real Madrid and the Reds are even believed to have already identified his replacement. The only reason that the uncertainty still exists is because the player has seemingly shown no real sign of extending his Liverpool deal, which runs out next June. What that means in practice is that the England international will be free to talk to other clubs from January 1st. Given that he would effectively be a free transfer, should he not sign on the dotted line for Arne Slot, that would afford potential buying clubs the opportunity of offering him a much higher salary than they otherwise would be able to. It's perhaps the idea of a lucrative deal on top of the notion of playing for arguably the world's biggest club that could well sway Trent's mind. My own gut feeling is that Trent has decided Real Madrid is a very appealing opportunity. Former Everton CEO Keith Wines said on Football Insider's Inside Track podcast. He'll go overseas as a young player after seeing the success that others have had with a fantastic lifestyle. I remember selling Thomas Graveson to Real Madrid. He said it was 85% show business and 15% football. There's an appeal unique to Madrid for younger players. To have that on your CV when you retire, it's hard to give up that opportunity. If Wines is on the right lines with his opinion, that'll be a huge blow to Liverpool and their supporters, who have seen Trent grow up before their eyes. Having been at the club since 2004 when aged 6, to ultimately decide to move on would surely be a huge wrench for the player and a decision he won't have taken lightly if that's the route he does decide to go down.